So I want to take just a few minutes and address something very near and dear to my heart. Or perhaps my liver. And that's you. Me. Yeah, you, the folks that tune in every week to see where I'm going or just, you know, what I'm going to say next. Farfik Nugan. Bet you didn't see that one coming. However, from time to time, I get questions popped to me from a variety of sources, from my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube comments, email, carrier pigeon, or occasionally scrawled on the wall of the men's room. Then again, not all questions fired in my direction are created equal. Some are actually kind of mundane. Do they eat dogs in China? Some do. Then again, it's said that people in China will eat anything on 4 legs except a table. Anything? Then again, some questions are a little too weird, even for my demographic. Have you ever made a Guy Fawkes totem with nothing more than a frozen doll head and a magic marker? So yeah, let's go answer some questions. Can I find cheese in China? While it might be possible to find some cheese, you know, under park benches or possibly in the handbags of little old ladies on the subway, as a general rule, you should plan on your cheese selection in China to be somewhat downgraded. No cheese in China? And now I wouldn't say no cheese, but definitely less. The fact was, until recently, there wasn't a whole lot of cheese available in China. So a lot of the locals, they never really developed a taste for cheese. Are Chinese girls easy? Yeah, this question is slightly more loaded than a baked potato. Or perhaps my washing machine. The truth is, washers are actually pretty small in China. Yeah, the short answer is absolutely not. Girls in China are not easy. Now, girls in China do want financial stability, marriage, love, kids, and acceptance from their family. Just like anyone else in the world. Yeah, but are they easy? As a rule, I would say no. But keep in mind, most of your local girls are really not wanting to eat anything other than what's on the local menu, if you follow my meaning. Oh, you mean? Well, yeah. But of course, in every society, there's going to be some girls that are a little more, shall we say, lascivious than their more conservative counterparts. The fact is, other than a few isolated cases, the whole myth of the easy Chinese girl is largely spread by the media, and of course from a few hopeful yet unsuccessful Western horn dogs who come to China in the hopes of scoring a pair of Chinese trophy panties. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't get me wrong. There are going to be some girls that, as you say, are loose as a goose or your money back in every society. As time goes on, as China opens up a little more, yeah, you're probably going to see a little more of that. The society getting a little more Western ideals and a little more ambitious in the sack, as it were. Meow. But as a general rule, you shouldn't expect a Chinese girl to be, well, willing to put out. Bottom line, be a gentleman, be nice, take her out to dinner, pay for it. Take her to a movie, pay for it, buy her popcorn. Expect nothing. Chances are all of her friends have already warned her about guys like you. So, prove them wrong. So is it true that sometimes Chinese girls do cosmetic surgery down there so they appear to be a virgin again? Isn't that the same as rolling back the odometer on a car? Okay, let's keep this PC. Whoa. I love peanut butter. Who doesn't? Sure, it's delicious and tasty, but whenever you bring a jar of peanut butter home and you try to undress it, you'll find a protective seal between you and the peanut butter. So it stands to reason that after I've opened the peanut butter and enjoyed the tasty goodness inside, others may be a little reluctant to enjoy the same peanut butter that I just ate out of, right? Clearly, someone already had their way with it. Oddly enough, China has a lot of rejuvenation clinics where ladies can get their protective seal surgically redone. Ah, peanut butter quality seal. Surgically restored for that fresh from factory look. The idea being that the next suitor won't know the difference when he goes to sample her peanut butter. Yeah, is peanut butter really a good analogy here? Because it almost sounds like we're implying a... Analogies aside, it's basically the same as a bicycle repair shop. They go in, fix the puncture, and get that girl back out on the road. That didn't sound right. Is Facebook blocked in China? Yep. Is YouTube blocked in China? Yep. How about Instagram, Google, Dropbox, Twitter, GitHub, Vimeo, Gmail, Pirate Bay, Google Maps? Oh yeah. SoundCloud, Flickr, Tumblr? Yep. So since September of 2017, more than 3,000 of your favorite websites have been blocked inside mainland China. Now, why or how doesn't really matter because it's already been done. Really, the only thing you can do at that point is live without, find a workaround, or hop over the fence. So how do Chinese people feel about mixed race babies? Some love them. Some find it an affront to their racial purity. And I suspect most just don't carry it away. Really, it comes down to individual preference. And what kind of peanut butter one prefers. One thing you'll notice a lot in China is you see the ads all over the place with the sexy girl who could be Chinese or she could be Western or both. Really, you might say the best of both worlds as far as advertising is concerned. So do you get together with other China vloggers that often? Oh, sure I do. But keep in mind, while there are probably millions of vloggers around the world and in every country any one time, in China, vloggers are somewhat of a rare bird due to the reality and restrictions of living in China. Keep in mind, China is also a pretty big country. Physically, it's about the same size as the United States. That makes for meeting up with other vloggers who share my passion for making video art somewhat difficult. Passion for video art. That sounds so... Lobik, Monkey Abroad, Serpent ZA, and a few other China vloggers you may be familiar with, I've met up with from time to time. Nice. Halo winners! I'm also in daily communication with other China vloggers all around China via WeChat, which is the China alternative for Facebook Messenger. Yeah, more or less. So if you were to dig a hole straight down through the center of the earth from USA, would you pop up in China? TV tropes aside, where the feat of tunneling straight down through the center of the earth is done in a comically short amount of time, leaving the main character both upside down and of course the camera angle until he rights himself in China, this is probably not going to happen. And when I say probably, I mean physically it couldn't happen. How does that work? The sad fact is, if you were able somehow to tunnel straight down through the center of the earth from USA, you would find yourself in the middle of the Indian Ocean. And then you'd drain the oceans and flood Louisiana. Again. So why does China only have one time zone? China has one time zone basically for simplicity, for convenience. Bureaucracy, managing people, managing planes, trains, automobiles, and all things to and fro. No need to change your watch as you travel from one side of the country to the other because it's all the same time zone. Historically speaking, the whole idea of time zones is just so you are in the daylight in what we consider daylight hours. Distance-wise, yeah, China actually covers the approximation of 5 time zones. Although if they ever needed more, I'm sure they could make some. Goodness knows everything else is made in China. Do you speak Chinese? Well, yes. And no. Well, I'm the first to admit my Chinese is kind of limited to ordering food, basic survival Chinese, and of course, yo mama jokes. The truth of the matter is, I know my Chinese needs a lot of work. How so? Basically, since Chinese is a tonal language, the same word can have many different meanings depending how you say it. So even if I know the right words and I say it the wrong way, basically no one's going to understand my bad sense of humor, and odds are the food I order is going to give me the runs. This sounds like the whole peanut butter quality seal question all over again. So if a Chinese person has an English name, is it really a real name? Legally, probably not. In practice, if a man asks you to call him Toucan Sam, you do it. And of course, you follow his nose. It always knows. In reality, I probably couldn't pick a good Chinese name either. So when I hear some weird English names, yeah, you just gotta kind of cut them some slack, right? No. So some of you guys know I actually went to school in Hong Kong. When I was in school, I had a good friend named Superman. True story. Thankfully, he wore his undies on the inside of his pants. I had another friend, Niger. He was kind of dark complexioned in comparison to a lot of his brothers. So his parents wanted to give him a strong, powerful sounding name to kind of go along with his dark complexion. So they picked an African name, Niger. Unfortunately, Niger's name was spelled with 2 G's. Oh. I would definitely be changing my name. Can I move to China without speaking any Chinese? Sure, you could also take a stroll on the moon without a spacesuit. But I don't recommend it. Because explosive decompression has a tendency to ruin one's day. Thing is, no Chinese or 没有中文 not only isolates you from the population at large, but also severely curtails what you can do and experience inside China. I know. Exhibit A, sure you could point, pantomime, or even use a translation app, but the fact of the matter is most folks here are going to speak Chinese, and only Chinese. That means you're not going to be able to get by with just only English. So yeah, it really pays to hit the books. So what's this half a question all about? The half a question is your half. So yeah, if there's a question that you want answered the next time I do one of these Q&As, whoa, are we past the peanut butter jokes? Yeah, leave it below in the comments below. You know, follow the finger. Yes, right down there. Ooh, that kind of looked like a double entendre, didn't it? Okay, don't follow the finger. Just leave the comments below. Yeah. Well, that's it. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining me for 13.5 questions. Like anything else, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay frosty. Remember to carry that can of sardines. You never know when you may need them. And if your tablet or computer spontaneously explodes while watching SnarkyGuy, remember to discontinue use. I hate when you open your mouth and you're like, can't talk again. Happens more often than you might think. Li lang bu lang, hua bu lang. I'm not cold. Chinesey, is that a word? Okay, got it out now? We're good? We're good, okay. We're not good.